Hey guys, it's Ebony with 92Q, and I am trying not to cry because I am with the amazing JoJo. How are you?
I am so good just being with you right now. You're so sweet.
Girl, I'm trying my best to not cry, but this is what I was trying to tell you earlier. My love for you is because of your story and everything like that, but also because of your victory. Like
Mm.
you are so victorious. And of course you're an amazing singer. But you remind me of there's an artist, of course you know Pink. That's
Yes.
how you and her are both the same for me
Uh,
because it was y'all's stories that really was a reflection of my life. And I was like, oh my gosh, finally somebody's talking about it. Somebody's talking to me, talking directly to me. And I know I'm not the only person that's told you that.
it's an honor to hear those things, and it makes me feel like I'm out here on purpose. You
Mm,
know that if I'm affecting you like that, and you mentioned something before we started the interview about holding a mirror, and like I think that that's what we are here to do, is to like help encourage each other, inspire each other through action and through our life and through trying again, getting up, trying again, finding things that light us up, and being in community, and sharing. So I really appreciate that. Like that means more to me than you know.
I mean, it's hard to find people that understand there's purpose in music.
Mhm.
It's just not a craft that you just get up and do. It's something that you can also spread a message by. It can also be something that someone that's listening to you can be touched by and changed in a very dramatic way.
Intention is so important. I went through many years where I was putting out stuff where it felt like it just wasn't, I was kind of like offline. Like I wasn't necessarily um, in control of what it was, the messages that I was putting out. But now that I'm present, and I just feel grateful that I have an opportunity for my music to resonate with who it's meant to resonate with. Like, because when you put stuff out, hopefully your people will find it.
I found it and I'm
You
thankful
okay?
for it. Listen, I still feel like when I talk to you, I'm like going back to that moment because I was that girl on the school bus looking out the window, crying and leaving, listening
Same.
to all your
Dramatic.
music.
Going
Dramatic
through it.
moments.
Going through it. Feeling a
And
lot.
feeling a lot, but not knowing what the hell I'm feeling,
Yes.
because
Yes.
being a teenager talking about love and relationships is different. The perspective is different,
Of course.
I'm mad at you because you didn't, share your pencil with me. And now I gotta go out the window and sing, leave, get out.
Yeah, how dare.
How
Exactly.
dare you? That is some deep stuff. But the difference of being that to where we are now in love in relationships is a big old change, a huge world. And you've taken people through that process of how this teenage love is now how we
Mm,
adult with it. I when I
mm.
think back on the song Leave Get Out, I'm like, okay, think about this. Sometimes now as an adult, we have to be honest. That door that you tell them to leave, get out has a side door. You sometimes let them back in. Let's be honest, JoJo. Let's be
It's true. Man, I was really the queen of keeping the side door open. All through my 20s, I was like, hold on, but we already did this and it's kind of good. So should we just run it back? But and I wrote so many songs about that too. And it is funny though. I mean, I actually really enjoy the opportunity to perform like Leave Get Out and Too Little Too Late as an adult now, because it means something different. We've probably kicked people out of our lives at this point, and we've had to be like, oh, it's nice that you realize that I was the greatest thing that ever happened to you, but it's too little too late. Like I'm off that. And that's cool to be able to like breathe new life and wisdom into these songs that have been a part of our lives now for a long time. And also the fact that I write songs that are from a different perspective, like Ready to Love, which is on my new EP, and be like, I need to make space for what I actually want, which is some freshness, some newness, somebody who's ready for me, someone who's ready for what I want as a as a baby lady, as a grown woman now.
Pro woman. And you know what? Getting into your new EP, start over.
Mm.
Start over. That's
I mean,
it.
haven't we all wished that we could just go back in time and start over in a relationship when it's just like reached a point where it sucks and you're like, well, wait, but didn't we used to love each other? Didn't we used to be obsessed with each other?
Hmm.
That's where it was from. But it's also a bop, so you don't have to think too hard about it because it's also a bop.
Every track is a bop. Everything. I mean, you even Porcelain. I loved even when you did the one choir direction with it when you went to the choir and y'all sung it
Yes,
all together. I
yes.
love that.
Thank
But I
you,
like the boppiness of it that's on the track. Can
thank
we
you.
get into that choir? What was that? What was that version of Porcelain?
Yeah, I live in New York now, and there's this really amazing choir of like people who are some of them are singers, some of them are not, and it's just a bunch of human beings that get together. It's called Gaia Music Collective, and um, there's this choir director who does these arrangements of songs, and it's somehow someone reached out and we did a version of my song Porcelain, and I had never heard it this way before. He did such a beautiful vocal arrangement, and there were like 200 voices in there, and it was just so cool to be able to talk through the lyrics that I wrote and
Yeah.
really find um bring the meaning that song had to me to another level through people reflecting it back to me and singing it. And like there's so much power in humanity coming together, and I don't know, just in this time where there's so much division and so much fear and instability and people looking at each other sideways, it was very moving to just hear a bunch of voices come together and sing about how sometimes you have to be broken, sometimes you have to be broken to build yourself back up, and that process is
Yeah.
beautiful.
Yeah, I love that it was different voices, different people. I really
Mm.
loved how I guess the director he was like patting his chest the way that he was going with the beat. I really enjoyed that. And the song, like I said, on the track is like a boppy feel to it, but this version you're getting a dissected understanding of every word, not just the lyric but the word.
Mm.
Um it was something I wrote down. The moment I got rid of everything I found out I was my own worst enemy. That I was like, don't do that. You know what? I'm gonna need your songs to come with tithes and offering because how dare you?
The
But
word.
it was everything, but it's the ability to now be like, okay, I'm not just bopping to this. I'm now like, oh shoot, wait a minute now. Okay, wait a minute. Let me just settle. Get myself together because I did not realize that if you dissect everything for a minute, really break things down, are you your own worst enemy? Are you really okay? Are
Mm.
you really going through this process and not just going through it, but finding ways to get out of it, finding ways to find clarity within self. And that dissection of that song provided that. I really
Mm.
enjoyed that.
We really can be our worst enemy or our best friend. And I've been talking about self-love and thinking about self-love for a really long time, but never really allowed myself the spaciousness and the opportunity to spend enough time by myself and not working or striving or busying or distracting or whatever to actually be soft and gentle with myself like I would want a friend to be. So I realized that in not doing that, I was actually disrespecting my relationship with myself
Mhm.
and not knowing. So um, porcelain is about that, about like just giving myself the time and the space to feel depressed, feel disappointed, feel sad, dejected, all those things, and then be like, now that I've acknowledged it, I can start to rebuild. And
Amen.
that was like two years ago, and it's been a beautiful journey.
Amen. Can we also get into this phrase talking about self-love, NGL? Does it mean does it mean what I think it says nobody's gonna love me like me? Is that what it's meaning? NGL?
Whoa, that's cool. It stands for not gonna lie.
That's
But
what I thought it was. Okay.
but I like that. Nobody's gonna love me like me. I like that. I mean, it could mean a lot of different things. You know, it could mean not gonna not gonna lust. Oh, kidding.
Okay.
Not
Well,
gonna lust.
listen, hey, if you don't
Not
want to
gonna
learn something
listen.
else from us,
Not gonna
that's
listen to
okay.
these hoes. You know, I don't know. Whatever. I'm not. It could be whatever. But yeah, it stands for not gonna lie, because I was like, I'm not gonna lie about the fact that sometimes I just feel like a walking contradiction. Sometimes I feel like, yeah, I got it all together, and I'm doing pretty good. And then other times I'm like, whoa, I don't
Mhm.
know what I'm doing, or oh, I feel really confident about this decision that I made in a relationship to walk away. And then another time, you know, I felt like, oh my God, will I ever love again? You know, and this sense of longing and loss. That's really how I was feeling through these past 2 years, and that's what I wrote it all about.
I swear, I can like buy all the books of you. I can do all the moments with you, but when you have a one-on-one conversation, it's a whole different understanding. It's like taking things to a whole nother level. It's it's your music, it's you. And honestly, if you say it like that, NGL can mean whatever you want it to mean for
Yeah,
you at that moment. If it's not gonna love me like me, and y'all shout out to homie in the back, not gonna lust. Hey, if you don't want to 2025, you don't have to, but if you make a mistake and decide, that's okay, no judgy, do your
yeah.
thing. But it's whatever you want it to be, as long as it's not going to be against you,
Woo!
regardless of anything. As long as it's not against you,
That's right.
then it's going to be for you, right?
Yes. Yes.
You know
Absolutely.
what? If you open the church, I promise you I'll be there. I'll listen. If you
Imagine
pastor, I'll
me.
usher.
Imagine me. You could be the first lady.
I got girl, what you said come through.
We could really switch it up on folks. They'll be
We
like,
really could. We really could too. And make sure we open the church up and do pop up fears on them. But like, hey, you didn't know this church is gonna start? We're gonna pop up on
haha.
you. That well, tell me what can now you on tour. Everybody's excited. Nashville is going crazy about your tour.
Man,
What?
yo, I am so excited. This is going to be this is going to be our opening night of the tour. So I am overjoyed. I love Nashville. I was just there a couple months ago, actually doing some writing with my friend Breland. And Nashville, it just has a special place in my heart. One of my best friends, Parson James, lives there. Gino Barletta. So I'm just excited. Like it's a great community feel, and I can't wait. It just feels super right to be kicking off our Too Much to Say tour there. This is my first time having an all female band,
Oh
and
wow.
it feels really empowering and liberating and like healing, actually, to have all women up on stage. And it's fierce and fun, and I just truly can't wait to see everybody and to create uh, a really memorable night. So I hope you'll be there. Will you be there?
I will be there. What you mean?
Okay.
I'm ushering. What you talking about? I gotta get people. I gotta
Yay!
usher people in and make sure they okay when they pass out. I gotta do
I
all of
love
that.
it. It's gonna be
Well,
so fun.
it's gonna be fun. And I'm curious. Are they gonna get just a new album? Are they gonna get like everything? What can the listeners or fans expect to get from the tour?
They're gonna get everything. It's so fun, like I said, to breathe today into these nostalgic songs. So
Mm.
I've been really, really thoughtful and intentional with my set list. Me and my music director, Wow Jones, been thinking about this for a long time because I haven't been on tour for a few years, and being on Broadway really inspired me as well to think about things um, in a different way. Just meaning like the possibility. I was in a show called Moulin Rouge, and it was a mashup of so many different songs throughout the decades, and it made me think about how you can really pull on your emotions based on where you put certain songs and stuff. So this is the tour that I'm most excited for that I've ever done, and it's probably because I've given myself the time to be thoughtful and to see, just try different configurations, and to be like, okay, I don't think we have enough representation from this album. Let's
Mm.
make sure that we have enough from the first, enough from the third, enough from this mixtape, enough from, So it's really, I'm really looking forward to seeing how it all comes together in Nashville because it'll be our first one.
I mean, Nashville, we're ready for it. Listen, we're ready. We're gonna be dancing. We're gonna be screaming and crying and having a good time, bopping. We're gonna do it all. Okay, it's gonna be a full service moment.
It's
Now,
going to take you on a journey. The set is a journey.
okay, now do we have the fashion already picked? Because you are one for the looks too. Okay,
We do have the fashion picked. I almost want to do like a little style guide for my fans if they want, because
can you?
yes, like, okay, so my nails kind of represent, it's kind of like, we're giving, don't mind my spray tan. My hand looks crazy, but it's like some deep wines. It's like a Malbec. It's like a Pinot
Yes.
Noir also, but with a lot of silver, a lot of chrome, um, and some shiny black.
Okay.
And so yeah, I'll do a little style guide. It's gonna be really sleek and chic and fabulous.
I'm excited. I'm excited to see the looks because I've been watching I guess prep for the tour. I guess videos you've been doing on Instagram. Which, by the way, thank you so much for teaching me how to use that little ball thingy at the gym. Little
Oh,
flat ball. I had no clue what to do with it, and now I'm like,
really?
oh, I'm supposed to circulate. I didn't know that. So
Oh, I am happy to be your fitness instructor. I love all of that stuff.
yeah, so if you could do one that is focused on lookbooks, how you look and how to style
Mm,
for your mood in your day, I would love that. And then
okay.
styling for the tour.
Okay, that's fun. Maybe I'll have to do that. I'm just having fun with it. Like I used to
Yeah.
feel so weird about social media, and now I'm just like, I'm diving in. I'm just having a good time. Whatever.
And people are gonna watch, people are gonna enjoy it. So please, like I said, you do the fashion. I would love to watch it. But then when you get done with the clothes, if you just want to, get in a bigger size and send it my way, that's fine. I'm
Okay.
I'm just giving ideas,
Okay. Well, it's good to
It's
have
about
that option.
collaborating.
I
Yes.
know that I can send it somewhere. Thank you.
I'm here for you. Okay.
Thank you, girl.
Well, last question. I promise you, I don't want to take too much of your time. Fans, we all know so much about you. We grew up with you. A lot of us did. Can you tell us one thing, just one thing we don't know about JoJo?
My God, I feel like there's so much. Probably. I also told all my business in the
You
book.
did.
If
You
if
did.
if anybody has read that, then it's out there. But one thing that people don't know is, I don't know. I mean, what a nerd I am. Like, I mean,
You're
that
a
that that
nerd?
that's such a. I'm a music nerd. Like,
Okay.
I'm a history of music nerd. Like, I want to know. I'm like, oh, I love this artist. Who did they listen to? Who did that artist that they loved listen to? I want to
Ooh.
go as far back as I can until there's no more recorded music. Like,
Okay.
I want to go all the way back. Right now, I'm really into jazz and opera. I'm
Mhm.
really, really into singers from previous eras and being inspired by their just their contribution. So I'm a nerd like that. I just love music so much, and you can call it a nerd or whatever. But I just love the history and learning.
So it doesn't depend on the genre. It doesn't depend on the style of music at all. It's just any kind of style you're feeling
No,
it.
I
You want to
mean,
look it up.
yeah. I mean, if I want to look it up, that's what I'll be Googling till late night. Like that's what I'll fall asleep Googling. It's just watching videos or reading things or whatever, just seeing what I can find. I like to get into like little obsessions. Maybe it's ADD or whatever, but I'm like, I just go down these rabbit holes of getting excited about artists from different times, or it could be from current times. I love Doechii, I love Kendrick, I love,
Yes.
you know, Chapel. There's just so much dope stuff right now. So I'm a I'm such a fan of music, I guess, is something that people might not know. Like I'm not a musicologist, but I just, you know, I think a lot about it.
No, I get it. For me, I'm the same way, but I'm more specifically with R&B. So, like right
Mm,
now, my obsession is Marvin Gaye. I
yes.
I cannot like
Mm.
everything his music. Then his second wife wrote a book. We're not supposed to talk about this, but we're gonna
No,
get into
yes. Are you
it.
talking about the wife that he wrote "Hear My Dear" about?
Yes.
Yes. Okay. And then also, have you heard? I know this is, have you heard the acapella versions of his stuff?
No.
Dr. Dre has like just all his vocals, all his acapella stuff. So if you
What?
Google that. Google that.
That's what I'm gonna do that. I'm gonna do that because that his story is just so enriched and deep, and
I agree.
not just on the music, but on the personal
And
side.
the
And
spiritual side, and
oh my
yeah.
god,
Hmm.
I did see the video where he was singing the Lord's Prayer. And I don't know what I forget. I think it was in a cathedral or something. And
Mm.
watching him perform that song, I was like, "Am I about to go to heaven?" Is
Oh, I need to look that up.
Girl, this is a transition. It's like, oh my gosh, because his notes and not just his familiarity with the notes, but just
Mm.
how he sung it. It was as if he can talk to God himself. I'm like, Lord, this is how I want to, if I gotta go to heaven, I want to ascend with his voice playing. Okay.
Wow. That is amazing.
I highly recommend looking that up. But you told me about Dr. Dre. I'm gonna look that one up. Please look that one up.
I
And
will.
Jojo, I am so excited about Saturday, about
Me
getting on this
too.
tour, seeing your tour, seeing the fashion, see everything. Just go ahead and tell me one little nugget. Last thing, I promise. One nugget that you want to tell your fans. Just one advice to give them.
Oh my God. I mean, who am I to give advice? But I would just say, I think my biggest piece of advice would be nobody knows what is correct for you but you. No one is living your life. No one has all the information. No one has the feelings. The No one knows what you can live with. So I would just say, um, if you can follow the things that light you up, and that then I think you might start experiencing serendipities, and then you feel like, oh, you're on the right track. So what I'm saying is, live your life,
Mm.
enjoy, surround yourself with people who make you feel seen and supported, and yeah, just carve your path unapologetically, and do no harm, do no harm along the way.
And at this point, we ask for tithes and offering. Thank you so much. Y'all could go ahead and cash at me, do that. But no, thank you, JoJo, so much. Nashville, we are so excited to see JoJo, to play her
Yeah.
music more and everything like that. It's gonna be a it's gonna be a night to remember, of course. Y'all catch up with JoJo on everything that she does, and that is it. I'm Ebony 92Q Nashville, right here. Thanks, guys.